Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm trying something a little bit different today, so bear with me as we stumble through the dog park. Today's daily energy check. Let's take a look at it. So, I got the chariot for this collective, and what's really, really interesting about the vibe today, oh my goodness, this is one of those things. Well, first thing I'm hearing is that song, "We Gotta Get Out of This Place." Right? Do you know that song? And so, really, it's about concept of movement and um, getting a sense of like frustration. So I know that for myself today personally, as I was trying to like get on with my day, I had certain goals that I wanted to achieve, and honestly, I had nothing but frustration emerge, and that is okay. It's a puppy. It's a puppy. It's a puppy. You're silly. So, very much a sense of trying to effort through things and trying to, um, I don't know. I would say it's like ego driven, right? It's like, I have to, I have to, I have to. That is the vibe that I'm getting right now from the day and the card. On top of that, it was like this idea. I heard another reader say it, and I have to agree. It like really resonated today. It's like, are you addicted to the idea of perfectionism? Is that something that is operating? And when you have a bad day, is it working against you? Do you get upset with yourself? I know for myself, guilty as charged, like 100%. So, for me right now, I was like, finally, okay, I've just got to go. I wanted to go down into the studio and I wanted to record something. And, I realized if I didn't get outside into nature today and do something, I was going to maybe say and do other things to other people who mean something to me that I would regret. So I didn't want to do that. So I went outside, and as I was heading on over to the park today, part of this, again, doing a daily energy check with the chariot in my vehicle, I heard by hook or by crook, which is interesting as a term because, first of all, we don't use crooks anymore. So that's really outdated terminology. So maybe there's something about needing to rethink a little bit how we do things or how we approach things, hence today and me here. Also, I was thinking, oh, interesting, by hook or by crook, because the way we acknowledge like what a crook is today is like someone that's kind of like, not the most honest, virtuous, person with integrity, right? So I'm just watching to see that my dog doesn't, you know, do something inappropriate. Oh, and there's another. Okay, so that's another thing. Is doing something in a different way feeling making you feel self-conscious, or does it feel inappropriate to be doing it? And if it's feeling inappropriate, and I'm using air quotes here, why is it feeling inappropriate? Like, where's that story coming from? And that might be something worth sort of taking a look at. So again, with the by hook or by crook, as I was heading over here, I had to really think about what a crook was, and they are similar to hooks actually. So shepherds, I believe, use them to help herd the sheep, and I would think this also relates then to how we maybe want to gather our ideas. And I was thinking, oh, a hook and a crook, being that they are considered the same, it was this is going to happen no matter what. So pedaling back to daily energy check for today for the collective, I would say we have a lot of resistance that is kind of floating around. We have obviously, like, this is a big week. There is, I think, 7 or 8 planets in alignment if you include Earth. And it's a big planetary week. We have, of course, the Pisces new moon. So lots of energies kind of floating around there. You can see the planets in this card as well, right? You can see how they're starting to line up. So people are feeling the shift. I'm in like 60-kilometer-an-hour winds right now. Hopefully the audio is working well. But okay, and I'm getting the sense here as well, working on let's reimagine something. Let's see if what we can do to help reimagine how we want to approach things and see what that does. But again, going back to the perfectionism piece, because I'm being reminded to say that, getting stuck on your own behavior being less than, right? Or on the opposite side, and this is the month I'm focusing on kind of things revolving around the ego and egoic ideas, which could be why I'm experiencing the things I'm experiencing. So be careful what you ask for, friends, because the universe will show you, oh yeah, you want to learn about this and teach it? Here you go. Let's struggle a little. So of course, with this, I was in the car. In the car, good ideas come when you're in the car, and maybe you have to get outside. But I was in the car and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to deal with this all by myself. And I wasn't turning to God and asking God for help, or the universe or source or my guides, or however you want to put it. Okay. So I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, I keep thinking I'm going to solve the problem. I keep thinking I'm the one that's going to like get myself out of this funk, except I'm the one that put myself in the funk. And if we're looking at energies, we're looking at denser, darker, heavier energies, whatever you want to call it. Those types of energies are coming from inside the house, my friends, despite what the terminology and how people want to say it. Okay. The call's coming from inside the house. And I was saying this to my partner today. I was like, it is a very well practiced voice, because it is a voice that has been working for centuries, but in my case, decades, for my own program, right? So my program is going to sound, the negative part, right, is going to sound different than his program. And his program is going to sound different than the next person, and so on and so forth. So if you have a very well practiced, I call it a gremlin, if you have a gremlin or a monkey brain, lizard brain portion, where the that root of negativity, where it's like, it's impossible, or that feeling of resistance, like the you can't do this type idea, if that is becoming, if that's a well-practiced route, then turning to yourself to try to solve it's not going to help. That's literally the definition of insanity, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different. So, reminder to all of us today, if you're having resistance and you're struggling, turn to God, turn to your angels, spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, and ask for help, and just say, here, God, take it. Just take it. Now, it's taken me, checking the watch I don't wear, it's taken me all of probably 5 hours to finally get out of the funk. It's because I finally surrendered and I said, I'm going to do things differently today. I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to get out and do a reading. Anyways, I love you very much. I hope this resonates with you. And that's our collective for today. Daily Vibes. I am Hope. Please subscribe. Don't forget, because you don't want to miss all of these fun little things that I'm doing. I usually get a dog that appears in the videos anyhow. That's what I've noticed, which is why I thought it might be kind of fun, because they're all about honoring yourself, who you are, being loving, unconditional love. Am I right? All right, my friends, I love you. Hope daily. Intuitive mirror. Take care.